is going on, guys? It is Knives here, and today I was going to make a different video for today, but I'm actually waiting on a call from my doctor. They were supposed to ring me at 3 PM, but it's now nearly 4, so I kind of can't make the long video that I wanted to, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing instead. See, I do have my little turtle pipe loaded, but I'm not going to smoke that until after I've had my phone call, or until, you know, I realise that they're actually not going to call me, but we'll wait and see. In the meantime, I'm going to be rearranging my room, give you a quick little look at what's going on. So, my room is an absolute shithole, as you can see. Or maybe you can't, I don't know. I won't know until I'm editing. So, my room's a complete shithole. I purposely did not tidy it before making this video because I'm going to be rearranging it. You can see, didn't make my bed. Messy ass little drawers over there. My floor is just covered in, I knocked my ashtray off again last night, so it's covered in fucking ash. All sorts of just bits of shit on my floor. So, while I'm waiting for my phone call, I'm going to be rearranging my room. I'll show you what it looks like after, and then we'll hit the turtle pipe. So, change of plan from what I originally said I was going to do. I'm not going to be rearranging my room today because that phone call, I'm not going to lie, it's just fucking really knocked the wind out of my sails. I was so excited. Yeah, fuck it, let's hit the pipe. Cheers to day drinking. So, if you didn't know, I am transgender, female to male. I've been on testosterone for 1 year and 9 months. It's not been easy, and I'm pretty much just feeling sorry for myself now. So if you don't want to watch this video, don't. I don't care. Dislike it if you want, whatever. So, basically, when I started testosterone, I went private with Gender GP, Dr. Weberly, and I was paying a really extortionate amount of money to get the medication that I needed. If you want to know more about Gender GP, maybe I'll make a video on them in future, but that's not what this video is about. So, I was paying probably around £75 every month and a half-ish for my medication, and I went to a group called Transmission, and they helped me to get care under a different doctor in Bradford, and that was great. I didn't have to pay for my treatment anymore, I just had to pay for my train journeys there and back, which was like half the price of my treatment was anyway, so it didn't matter to me. It was every 10 weeks. One train fare every 10 weeks is not that expensive, plus Bradford's not very far away from where I live. But the doctors in Bradford, they obviously didn't charge me because it was NHS, and you know what, in fact, let me go back even further. When I came out as trans for the first time, because I did come out 2 times, I went to my GP and I asked for a referral to Sheffield, and this was in 2016, and I only just had my first appointment at Sheffield on Monday. Today's Wednesday, so if that gives you a bit of context for the time frames, that if I had not gone private, I would still be pre-T 4 years later today right now, and I probably wouldn't be here. So that's not like morbid or woe is me, like it's just a true fact. A lot of trans people kill themselves because they don't have access to care. So the first time I went to my doctor, they wrote a shoddy letter to Sheffield, and Sheffield wrote back saying, we need more proof. So I went to a different doctor, and they wrote a better letter to Sheffield, and I got put on the waiting list, I think February 2017, but I'm not sure of the dates. And I waited for 1 year, and then 2018 I decided I couldn't wait any longer. I discovered that you could go private. I didn't know that that was a thing. I found Dr. Weberly, I paid an extortionate amount of money in setup fees and consultations, and they tried to get more out of me by saying I needed psychological assessments and one-to-ones and all this shit, but I refused to pay that because I'm not crazy and I knew that I was trans. I didn't need anybody else to tell me that. So I was paying for my care, £75-ish. It may have been a bit less sometimes, it may have been a bit more sometimes, every month and a half, and this entire time I was going to my GP continuously trying to get them to take over care, and their excuse every single time was, I don't know anything about trans people, I can't help you. There was one time I went with a trans lady from transmission, and when the doctor said, I don't know anything about trans care, I can't help you, she put on the desk in front of him the entire I don't know what it's called, but like the guidelines for trans care that is in place in the places where I live. The place where I live is the only place that didn't take these guidelines. I'm really bad at explaining things, but I'm just really pissed off at the minute, and I need to say it out loud. So I've been basically in this battle with my GP for about 3 years, trying to get them to prescribe me my medication, my testosterone. Giving them plenty of tools to help them, know how to deal with transgender patients, and they've told me several times that they do have many transgender patients at the surgery. It's not just me that they refuse to help, it's a chunk of people they're refusing to give care to. Imagine if you went to the doctor and you told him that you had a mental health problem, something's wrong with your brain, and they refused to treat you. Like, they knew how to treat you, they had all the guidelines to treat you, but they turned around to you and said, no, I'm not going to, because I don't want to learn about this. I'm not going to help you because I don't want to, is basically what they're saying. And I do believe that being transgender is a mental health problem. I don't care if you don't agree with me. These are just my views. Like I said, fucking dislike, unsubscribe, whatever. I don't care at the minute. I need a minute. So yeah, imagine going to the doctor, telling them that you've got something wrong with you, giving them all the resources to help treat you, and then turning around and saying, no, we're not going to help you because we don't know anything. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, and it fucking happens all the time. I've been in this battle for 3 years. I'm pretty sure I'm repeating myself at this point. But anyway, back to transmission, right? After they'd done everything they could to try and help, my GP prescribed me my medication. They told me about Dr. PC in Bradford, and they set everything up for me, and I got an appointment there. And as soon as I saw Dr. PC, he was like, yeah, of course I'll help you. Why? I don't understand why people aren't helping you already. Like, being transgender is a medical condition. Like, they would treat anybody else for anything else, why wouldn't they treat you for this? Is basically what they were saying. Not exactly word for word. Obviously don't take everything I say as 100% true. I'm just ranting at the minute. I may get things mixed up, but that's obvious. So yeah, I got taken under the care of Bradford, and they were giving me my libido shots every 10 weeks for the past almost a year, since September last year, 2019. It's June 2020 now, so almost a year. They were treating me as and when they needed to. Always nice, always friendly, always polite. Like, the nurses there are really great. I was sad thinking that I was never going to see them again, but at this rate it's looking like I just might. So yeah, when it comes down to is Bradford, I had my last shot about a couple of weeks ago. I don't exactly remember when, but it was a couple of weeks ago, and ever since I started going to Bradford, I've been saying to them the entire time, okay, so now that I'm under the care of the NHS, do you think my GP will take over the prescription and I won't have to come all the way to Bradford, save myself even more money, because I'm fucking broke. But what it comes down to is that if I have to pay to get my hormones, no matter how broke I am, I'm going to spend every last penny. Because it's not a choice, and it's not fun, and it's fucking... Being trans is just awful. It's fucking horrible. But yeah, after my last shot, they told me now that my levels are stable and my bloods are fine and I'm perfectly healthy, that they would relinquish care over to my GP, and because it's NHS, they should just pick it up immediately. And no, that's not happened. I got the letter 2 days ago saying that I was no longer under the care of Dr. PC, and they had given me back to my GP, and all I needed to do was call up, request a prescription for Nebido, and then everything would be fine. They'd inject me, I'd go away on my happy old little way, full of testosterone. But nah. Just had a call from my GP, like I said in the first intro of this video, for an unrelated thing. I just happened to ask him while I was on the phone. I thought I may as well. And he said, well, I'm going to tell you right now, he said no, but he didn't say no outright. I'm going to tell you, like, in the words that he used, what he said. His words were, this is the first time I've seen this. And then he went on to say, I don't know if we can do this. We don't know anything about transgender healthcare. GPs around this area don't know anything about transgender people, and they're pretty much well within their right to say no without giving an explanation, which is just fucking bullshit. That's what he said. There's plenty of other trans patients at this doctors, and we don't treat them either. You can't be special. We can't just give you your treatment. And it's just fucking shit. I was so excited to not have to go out of my way to go and get my medication anymore, just have it to be quick, easy and simple. But it never fucking is. It's never that easy, and it's never that simple. And I just want to say that it's not fun. You see a lot of crazy trans people around at the minute, and they make it seem like it's really fun to be trans. We can go to a lot of prides and wear lots of rainbow colours, and it's really cool, and you can just dress up. But at the end of the day, they can take those outfits off and go back to being normal or whatever. But for actual trans people, it's not about wearing bright colours and calling yourself Z, Zir and Zem and fucking jumping around and going to pride parades. It's about just actually truly fucking hating the skin that you're in. It's like any other mental health disorder, I believe. These are my views, my opinions, nobody else's. This is all what I think. So whatever, you could go to the doctors with depression, you can go for anxiety, you can go for anything, any mental health disorder, and they'll say, okay, we're going to do our best to help you. But if you go in and say, I'm transgender, immediately they go, no, we're not going to help you. So overall, this is just not really a non-video. This is just me just ranting because I'm just so fucking angry. Like, I'm getting this medication on the NHS, right? And I obviously have a problem. So how can one doctor say, yes, you have this problem, we see you, and we're going to give you a medication, but let's say a different doctor, you go to them and say, yes, you have this problem, we see you, but we're not going to help you with it. Nah, fuck that. We don't have to help you, so we're not gonna, and then they turn you away. And that's why so many trans people kill themselves every day across the world. It's just shit, So yeah, peace.